The Masterchef Kitchen, the toughest kitchen on television, where celebrity is about to meet cooking. These 10 Irish celebrities have made a name for themselves in their own professions, but can they stand the heat of the Masterchef kitchen?
What I often end up doing if you go out to eat, I always kind of think I could make that myself, and then I go home and I try and replicate it.
I'm not very adventurous when it comes to cooking or food. I don't cook at home. I'm not the chef in the house.
Standing between these cooks and the Celebrity Masterchef title are two chefs at the forefront of their culinary careers. Judges Daniel Clifford and Robin Gill.
Well, Daniel I'd be familiar with. He's top of the game, that fella.
Two Michelin star chef, Daniel Clifford is one of Britain's most celebrated chefs. His astonishingly creative and flawless Midsummer House is ranked amongst the top restaurants in Europe. Dublin-born Robin Gill is one of London's most respected chefs and restaurateurs. The Derry, the Manor and Paradise Garage are three of the hottest and most exciting restaurants in London today.
Wow.
Who will last the distance and be crowned Celebrity MasterChef Champion 2017?
Of course I'm nervous, yeah. And you know, anybody who knows me knows that, not that I fancy myself as a cook, but I think I can cook. It's nothing exotic, you know, it's home-cooked food, it's mainly one-pot wonders, you know, and I haven't killed anybody yet to date.
Even when I'm cooking at home, I kick everybody out of the kitchen. I don't like anybody around me even when I'm just cooking dinner, so I just can't even get my head around so many people and everybody kind of scrambling to get their meal done. I think the stress will be a big thing for me.
When I walk into the Master Chef kitchen for the first time, I think I'll feel a bit stressed out, intimidated. It'll probably kind of hit me that it's a little bit more serious than I would be used to.
I think this is your size, Nadia.
Hello, and welcome to the Masterchef kitchen. In today's heat, you'll be faced with two tasks.
We want to take you back to your childhood, where your love of food started.
We want one dish that tells us a little bit about you as a cook and why you deserve a place in this kitchen.
You're going to have 10 minutes to choose your ingredients in the pantry, and then 75 minutes to cook and plate your dish.
Your 10 minutes in the pantry starts now.
Don't know what any of this stuff is.
I love the way nothing's labelled.
Why don't you don't have a list?
I grew up with my grandparents. My granddad is from Italy. They had a family business of fish and chip shops. I used to finish school and go and spend my afternoons in the back room. You know, I'd be there with the chip machine and the spuds getting cut up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm starting to go around the supermarket like I do at home now. It's like, I've got everything I need, so now what else will I have? I suppose it's a little bit intimidating coming into the MasterChef kitchen. You know, it's always intimidating when someone is watching you doing anything. As an athlete, if my coach came to the track, then I would always feel like I had to perform better.
Do you have the freezer aisle yet? Chicken burger, frozen chicken burgers, where'll I find that?
Your cooking time starts now.
The five celebrities in Heat 2 have 75 minutes to cook a dish inspired by their childhood and show Robin and Daniel their cooking style.
You're dealing with judges who are like a world-class level of cooking. I hope that I can learn something from them, but I'm also worried about, you know, how difficult they're going to be to impress. And I think that's going to be my biggest challenge.
Having two judges with all the experience that they have judging my food is a massive challenge. I mean, it would be like going on to play a few songs after one of my heroes, I suppose, which has happened a few times, but it's never easy, and sometimes you can sail through these things and sometimes you don't.
And I would imagine Sonia's quite competitive, being an athlete. Actually, she might be kind of a sneaky one, you know, like, yeah, I'd say she'll be one to watch.
I'm not sure that being overly competitive will help me. I think I have to take my time and I have to think about it that I'm in my own lane and, you know, I can't really be too worried about the people around me and what they're doing.
Actor, director and presenter Simon Delaney is here to show his skills in the kitchen.
What I'm cooking for my childhood dish is a little herb-crusted rack of lamb, served with some cream potatoes with roasted garlic through it, some roasted veg, some buttered leeks, and a little red wine jus.
Hey, Simon, how's it going?
Gentlemen.
How are you?
I'm very good, and you?
Good. You look very relaxed.
Very organised.
So why has this got something to do with your childhood?
We had a very, traditional Northside Dublin upbringing. Now, we lived in terraced houses, but our next door neighbours, they had a farm down on Wicklow. And every weekend, every Friday, they'd head off down to Roundwood, work the farm, and then come back on a Sunday night. And I can remember standing in the kitchen with my mother at about 7 or 8 years of age, and standing at the window looking out at the back garden, and she'd say, watch, now, wait. And then you'd see, bang, little plastic bag full of meat that the neighbours would bring back. Now, it was normally lamb. It was normally mutton, a lap of mutton. So this is kind of my homage to that bag of lamb, what I would do with it.
I love it. That's a very nice story.
So do you want me to go over there and throw it to you?
Would you mind? Just get it in a tatty blue plastic bag.
Retired athlete Sonia O'Sullivan is the primary cook in her home in the Southern Hemisphere.
Yeah, so I live in Melbourne, in Australia. Masterchef is something we've watched a lot down there. It's pretty big. Of course, the kids are involved, and you get marked out of 10 as well. But generally, not much gets sent back.
Hello, Sonia. You OK?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah. This is the most nerve-wracking, isn't it, when you
Really?
get to talk to somebody. I can't look at you now, because if I do...
Oh, we don't want any cuts.
So
Right.
what are you cooking?
OK, so I'm going to do a maple glazed pork
OK.
with crispy sage leaves.
Yeah.
And then some cabbage, celeriac and carrot. I suppose when you said think of your childhood memories, it wasn't a good memory. bacon and cabbage, it was probably my least favourite meal. But I suppose in recent times I've kind of worked out a modern version of it.
Well, we're looking forward to it. You look very organised, which is really nice to see. This is going to be a dish that I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Hope so. Hope
luck,
you enjoy
yeah.
it. OK,
Good luck.
thanks.
Nadia Ford is a model and singer who is setting herself the challenge of cooking in a competitive environment.
The MasterChef kitchen is something that's totally out of my comfort zone. I am very worried about the pressure, but I'm also kind of hoping I'll thrive on it.
So what are you cooking for us today?
I am making Italian-style hamburgers with Tuscan potato fries. So it's basically taking hamburger and chips, but making it, I hope, a little bit more. My mum's side of the family are all Italian. Kind of grew up with my grandparents working in the chip shop, So I'm just trying to bring it up a level rather than just a fish and chip or a hamburger and chips. I'm just trying to make it, but also keep the Italian.
With a twist.
With the Italian twist, hopefully.
Okay. Have you practiced before you come into the competition?
No, I only started cooking when I realised that I was doing this. I'm not, the skill level is zero.
It sounds like it's going to be a tasty plate of food.
Yeah, it smells lovely.
I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you. See you later.
God, these knives are amazing. Like, I almost feel like I can cook.
Singer and actress Samantha Mumba loves to cook and makes meals from scratch every day for her husband and daughter.
My cooking has definitely changed since becoming a mother, but I wouldn't even necessarily say for the better. Before, I used to have so much time on my hands, but now, God, I'm lucky to just throw something in the oven and it be cooked. I just don't have as much time anymore.
Hi, Samantha. How are you getting on?
Getting there.
Yeah?
I was anxious to get the meat on. So that's in now, so I can relax a little bit and kind of focus on
Some
the
amazing
sides.
smells here already. Yeah.
Well, have you seen how much different spices she's got
I
here?
did. I noticed it in the pantry. I don't think we've any spices left in there.
Sorry.
What is it?
It's oxtail.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to try and do it with some garlic and cream mashed potatoes, and I'm going to try and do some cabbage as well in a Zambian style, kind of how I grew up having it.
Pressure cooker?
Kind of stressing me out because usually when I'm cooking that, I'd cook the oxtail for about 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It smells fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Singer-songwriter Mundy is a hearty home cook who's getting to grips with his current off-stage surroundings.
Well, it's strange being in the MasterChef kitchen on brand new equipment. I mean, even some of the knives are quite sharp. I was quite lucky that these are my babies, So I didn't think about that before I walked into the competition. All my knives are blunt at home,
Wendy, how are you getting on?
Good.
You look super relaxed.
I don't know if I am. Maybe it's just a disguise, I don't know. Yeah.
So what is the dish?
It's a bacon and cabbage that I have ramped up, and I'm making it like en croûte or beef Wellington kind of style. Basically, I'm wrapping it in pastry. Hopefully it's going to puff up and look really nice. Served with parsley sauce and some glazed carrots in butter, thyme and maple syrup.
Beautiful.
Sounds delicious.
Sounds delicious. You've got two different types of cabbage.
That's sweetheart cabbage. This one's Savoy. I've got the leaves of a Savoy cabbage boiling, which will be the casing.
For your first challenge in the kitchen, I think pastry is a big challenge.
Well, you know, I just wanted to do bacon and cabbage, but I was told it had to be up a level, so...
My old man used to always say, don't ever mess with the bacon and cabbage.
Well, it's true. I mean, I really wanted to, you know, bring a big chef brown sauce and just do it like I did when I was a kid, you know.
OK, well, good luck.
Thanks,
That was
lads.
great. Robin, first impressions?
I think we've got some very cool, calm and organised contestants in there. The Simon, you know, he looks quite skilled. Look, it looks like he spent some time in the kitchen before. Sonia, I mean, that's going to be interesting. I mean, pork is a tricky thing to cook. We want to see a really nice crackling on there. We want it still to be a little bit pink and juicy.
Nadia, lots of different ingredients, beautiful smells.
I think if she pulls it off, you know, you can't beat a really beautifully seasoned burger and cooked just right.
Samantha's taken half the pantry into the kitchen.
Yeah, we've no more spice rack.
Oxtail and spice.
This is, for me, out of all of them, the most exciting one because she's challenged herself, and I really like to see that. Monday.
Do you know something? When he's just told me he's using 3 different types of cabbage, he's pressure cooking a piece of pork. I've never had cabbage and bacon, and I'll be honest with you, when he was describing it to me, it made me hungry. His is the dish that I want to taste.
Are you eating the minced raw?
You got it as well. Taste it. You got to.
Raw?
Yeah, raw, yeah. It's fine. You had steak tartare before, haven't you? Right, what's wrong with it?
I don't know what the association. What are you thinking?
Where's your salt? Right, now eat that now.
Much nicer.
Right, so these need to go back in there
And put some salt in.
and taste it, yeah.
Yeah, chef. Basically, he was just getting me to taste the meat raw so I can see that there's not enough salt in it. I know, which is pretty disgusting. He actually really intimidates me because he's so foodie. He always looks like he's in a bad mood. Anyway.
It's Heat 2, and Robin and Daniel have set the first task for our 5 celebrities. They have 75 minutes to present a dish that reminds them of their childhood and reaches the Masterchef standard. But the clock is ticking and the pressure is building.
We've got half an hour cooking time left.
Thank you, Chef. Shirley, listen, we can do lots of things in 30 minutes. Let's just hope we can finish cooking the lamb.
15 minutes left.
I'm really nervous about not being able to see kind of what's going on in the pressure cooker or taste it or see if I need to add something or if it's thickening. But otherwise, so far, so good.
Oh, shite, anyway. Right, let's go again. I think that one is dead.
We have 5 minutes left.
Come here.
Shit.
With minutes to go, Simon's lamb is a serious cause for concern.
It's not cooked. That needs to, yeah, back in the oven. All your red meats need to come up to a minimum of 58 to 60 degrees.
Stupid bloody pressure cooker. I don't even remember how to open the thing.
1 minute left.
Does anybody have a wooden skewer?
We need to fucking show the lamb that pan very quickly, Chef.
Oh my God, oh my God. Get the fork is stuck. The bloody... Oh my God.
That's it, time's up. Stop cooking, please.
When it comes down to it, obviously I don't want the judges to hate what I've done. That would be awful. I would feel terrible then. But I'm also aware that, like, it's going to be a whole learning experience. The whole thing is learning. So if it goes really bad, I'll be okay.
Because it's the first dish, you just want them to think, yeah, OK, this fella can cook. That's all you really want.
Monday, please bring us your plate of food.
I think being judged on anything is, you know, it's pressuresome, you know. But these guys obviously are brilliant at what to do. And if they somewhat like anything I do, I'll be very happy.
For his childhood-inspired dish, Mundy has made bacon and cabbage en croûte, braised carrots in maple syrup, butter and thyme, fried cabbage and parsley sauce.
Is this how you wanted it to come out?
The bacon's just a little bit too salty for me. But yeah, it looks very close to the way I wanted it to be.
This is the first time I've had bacon and cabbage, so.
Really? Okay, well, I hope you enjoy it.
I'm really, really excited to taste this. And as soon as I see it, it's like a whole lot of nostalgia. You're right about the pork being quite salty.
Yeah.
I think it was a phenomenal effort, and I think you just about pulled it off.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the way that you've taken 3 different cabbages and used them. That showed great skill. I think for your first dish in the kitchen, I think you've done yourself proud. Thank you.
My piece of bacon was really salty, which is a pity because they really liked the idea. Probably needed more resting time, but, you know, I think I gave myself a bit of a challenge for an hour and 15, you know.
Samantha, can you bring over your dish, please?
The 2 judges, they're amazing chefs. They would have had to start from day one at some point in their lives as well. So hopefully they'll remember that, and hopefully they'll like what I've done.
Drawing on her Zambian heritage, Samantha has cooked spicy oxtail on a bed of garlic mash and cabbage with pan-fried pancetta.
So yeah, you happy with it?
I don't know, because I didn't get to taste the oxtail, so I'm just hoping it's tender enough. I don't know.
It's quite daring to cook oxtail from start to finish like that. It's only an hour 15. No, but if you pull it off.
The mash is really, really smooth. The cabbage is really nicely cooked. But the nice thing is the oxtail is amazing.
Seriously?
It's really, really good, yeah.
Thank you.
You set yourself a massive challenge today, and I think you've pulled it off. You should be very proud of yourself. It's beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you've absolutely smashed it. Really, really, really nice. Everything together is like spot on. Really nice heat there. The mash is perfect. Well done.
Thanks a million.
Well done.
Cheers. Thanks, guys.
How'd you get on?
Oh, the relief. It's very emotional, isn't it?
Oh, man.
Standing in front of it was very intense. I felt like I was almost in trouble at school, and it was like, please don't give out to me.
Oh, MG. I swear to God, I just cannot wait to walk on stage and just do my normal job.
Yeah, it seems easy.
Yeah.
Nadia, please bring us your dish.
You know, I've kind of taken the whole childhood theme literal. So I hope they like that. I hope they can see that for it, but I don't know.
Nadia has made an Italian-style hamburger with pancetta, lettuce and fried onion on a toasted bun with Tuscan fries and a tomato relish.
What did you put inside the patty again?
Parmesan, onions.
It's gonna get messy.
It's gonna get messy, I'm sorry. It is messy.
In a bin.
No, it's not for the faint-hearted.
I think the burger's quite big, you know, but it is a burger at the end of the day. I like the way you've cooked the potatoes. I think the relish could do with a bit more of a kick, maybe some more Tabasco. And I think that's maybe just down to sort of tasting a little bit more. You know, in the competition, that's what you gotta do. You gotta taste all the time.
Okay, thank you.
I think today you've been really stressed.
Yeah.
I came out to help you, and the little tips that you've welcomed and you've taken it on, I think the burger itself is delicious. I'd pay for that on the high street. A burger is a burger, but that is a really good one.
Thank you. That's the most traumatizing experience I've ever been through in my entire life. I was really stretched for time, even though it was already a pressurized environment. Trying to juggle all that stuff was pretty difficult. I just remembered my pickled cucumbers are still in the fridge. They didn't make it onto the hamburger, just remembered now. Anyway.
Sonia, can you bring up your dish, please?
I hope Robin and Daniel don't kind of think that my food is too simple and too basic. Hopefully if I go through the process and stages in the Masterchef kitchen that I will start to learn a bit more and be able to rise to the challenge each time.
Sonia has prepared maple glazed pork with creamed cabbage, celeriac and carrot and crispy sage leaves.
There's a nice sauce, but I kind of wish I've got a bit more on the plate. That's probably the best part of it. I know it is whenever I have it.
I love the crunch to the vegetables. I love the glaze on the pork. I don't think you do need more sauce because underneath the pork there is enough sauce. Well done.
Thanks.
Yeah, for me personally, I just found it a little bit dry. It is a competition, and I think it'd be really interesting to see in the next task.
Thanks. Oh, I'm glad that's over now.
I know, wasn't it stressful?
It's like The cooking is grand. It's the last 5 minutes.
Oh, well, OK. Well, I'm
And
glad you were
standing in
stressed
front
for
of it.
5 minutes, Sonia, and I was stressed for the last hour and a half. But yeah, sure, no probs.
It's very different than what it looks like on TV. It's a lot more nerve-wracking. But once things were moving along smoothly, I was happy enough.
Simon, could you please bring us your dish?
I've cooked that dish a half dozen times and I've never served the lamb like that before. When I took it out, I thought it wasn't cooked. And I tried to get it into a pan just to sear it off, but ran out of time, so I had to plate it, otherwise they would have had nothing to eat.
Simon's dish is a herb-crusted rack of lamb with garlic mashed potatoes, buttered leeks, roasted carrots, celeriac, red onions and a red wine jus.
Are you happy with it?
In a word, no. No, I've cooked it several times before and I've never served the lamb like that.
I can see you're not happy with the lamb. The lamb is seasoned beautifully. It is really nice lamb. I think just need to work on your cooking times a little bit more. You shouldn't be too hard on yourself.
That's the best mash I've had in Ireland. No, it's delicious.
Good.
The lamb, the seasoning's right. You've got to not be scared to cook your meat and let your meat rest. Today you looked so strong in the kitchen, you look so organised, and it's that last bit that's thrown you. And that's what's upset you. Well done.
Thanks, fellas.
Well done.
If the meat was cooked right,
Yeah, it would have been spot on.
there you go.
How did you get on?
Well, they were very kind.
Well, that's good.
Yes. Considering the lamb wasn't cooked. I've stood in the wings in the West End making my debut in a two-man show, and I can honestly say I was less nervous there than I was going in there today. It's just a different ballgame. Right, we have a game of spin the bottle or something? Nerves.
First day done.
Absolutely amazing. There was quite a bit of panic there, but the flavours and the gambles that some of the guys took with the food, I was really impressed with. There was no safe bets. Simon, first up.
The lamb, it went in the oven too late. But the nice thing is he knows he's let himself down. But that's going to give him the boost to come back tomorrow and nail it.
Nadia, I think she cooked a nice plate of food today. I think she's got a lot to learn, but she needs to relax and listen. Sonia.
Her pork, you thought it was a bit dry.
I did feel it was a bit dry. I think she's out of all of them. I thought she needs maybe the most guidance.
Samantha, this is exciting. To deliver us a plate of food with that flavour, she is one to watch in my eyes.
And then Monday?
The pastry was beautiful. The only downfall was the pork was too salty. I think if we can teach him to be more refined as this competition comes, I think he's going to be a real, real surprise.
Yeah.
The 5 celebrities have completed their first task in the Masterchef kitchen. Some presented near-perfect food, while others have a lot to improve on. But day 2 of this heat can change everything.
So what do we think we're going to have to do today? If he pulls back a tea towel, what was the worst thing you could see on it?
Oh, I think if we had to fillet a fish now, that might be tough.
That'd be hard for me.
Oh, my God, no, I can't do that. No.
I guess gutting anything is not going to be pleasant, or skinning anything wouldn't be pleasant.
No, can't gut fish or... No.
I think it's going to be more raw kind of food, but well seasoned and pickled.
Eating something raw now wouldn't be...
You know, Daniel made me eat my raw burger yesterday. Yeah, he asked me to taste my meat patty raw, like in the bowl, in the mixing bowl.
That I would actually have gotten sick. I don't think I could have done that. It's just scary because I've no idea what to expect for today. There's nothing I could do to prepare for it last night. I'm just going to go with an open mind and try and focus and do my best, and yeah.
Today's the palate test. This is your dish, and they've got to recreate that.
It's going to be a lot about recognising the ingredients on the plate. So they've got to really concentrate when they're tasting the dish and try to pick out. And I think some of the ingredients they're not going to recognise.
This is going to show us who's going forward in this competition. And we need to remember, today, we're going to make the decision who goes home.
Right, should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Diver scallop, these are hand-dived scallops with cucumber, dill, sorrel, wakame and nori. A little bit of yogurt. There's wasabi in there as well. The main ingredient is going to be scallops, and that's the first challenge for them, is where they've got to open the scallop, which they're not going to cook traditionally in a pan. We're going to scorch them with a blowtorch. I want those scallops medium rare. So they've got to, if it's overcooked, they failed. Then there's going to be some fried wakame, so they need to get their oil at the right temperature. Fry the wakame. They're going to make a nori powder. So they're going to dust the dish with the nori powder. You're gonna have a dill pickle, fresh dill, apple juice. Right, so I'm gonna pickle these guys now. A dill oil with some nori in there as well. I'm gonna make like a beurre blanc to make my sauce. Yep. I'm gonna whack a load of wasabi in there, blend that smooth, and then I'm gonna season my yogurt with that. So I'm gonna put a little bit of this oil in as well. You'll see it transform. Everything will be put on the plate individually. You're gonna have a wasabi yogurt gonna go down first. The pickled cucumber, the scallops, this lovely dill.
Smells are amazing, Chef.
This is the wakame, it's got a really nice texture. And then this guy.
Can I just say that it's a beautiful, beautiful plate of food.
Thank you.
And that is meant to be a simple dish for them to do. Can I try it?
Please.
It's absolutely delicious. I thought the wasabi was going to take over the dish, but do you know something? That last flavour in your mouth is the freshness of the scallop. It's absolutely delicious. Should we get them in, see what they can do?
Yeah, I want them to taste it. Let's get them in.
OK. Good morning. This is the palate test.
The dish in front of you is one of my dishes. I want you to taste the dish, try to recognise the flavours, and write down the ingredients.
You can taste the dish now.
Having not seen Robin cook his dish, the 5 celebrities must use their taste buds and food knowledge to identify its ingredients within the categories of protein, sauce, dressing, and garnish.
It's like a million different flavours. I'm afraid that I'm missing something really obvious. This is like, I left school young, so this is actually, this is very stressful. I don't do very well in exams.
I think I can taste a couple of things in there, but I just don't know the certain names of certain things. I know it's scallops.
I've never tasted it all together before, but I've definitely tasted the individual flavours before. But yeah, it's quite intense, so I have to concentrate.
Bit of wasabi, I reckon. Smoked seaweed, crunchy. Nori.
That's tricky. I mean, they're kind of familiar flavours, but it's trying to identify them specifically. Beautiful. But I don't know what it is.
Right, you've tasted the dish. Now it's time for you to recreate it.
Under this cloth are a whole lot of ingredients. The ingredients in my dish, but a few that aren't. There's a basic method there that you need to follow to create my dish.
At the end of this task, at least one of you is going home.
Your 2 hours starts now.
The celebrities now face the pressure test as they begin to recreate Robin's dish. They have been given 2 hours and a basic method, which does not list all the ingredients or quantities required. They will have to rely on their findings from the taste test to work out which herbs, seaweed, vegetables and dairy products actually belong in each element of the dish.
I could actually get sick. This is vile.
You've gone through your method as well, have you?
Or in my head.
No, there's a method there for you.
Oh, I didn't see that.
How's it going, Sonia?
Okay.
So have you, I put all the stuff that you want to use for the recipe aside, and then...
What, got rid of the stuff I don't need?
Yeah.
Not yet, no.
Don't forget your tasting notes, because you've turned that over, but what I would have done is I'd have gone through here, and obviously the things that are missing from here, I would have just crossed them out. You're taking this very seriously.
But it's one of these things, I want to work it out, you know?
Yeah.
It's like a maths problem here.
OK, well, good luck.
Thanks.
You know, I thought yesterday was tough with the hamburger. Today was like a whole new level. Robin's dish was a huge challenge.
What is that?
I don't know.
Taste it.
It's
bet
mint,
you'll
I
know.
think.
Exactly. Did you taste any mint in the dish?
A little bit, no? Oh, feck, I don't know.
Is this dish the style of food that you like to eat?
I'm a pretty simple eater, so this already is out of my comfort zone.
You've been to Japan, you understand what the seaweeds are. You know, you should have
Yeah.
an advantage in
Should,
this.
I don't know about
yeah,
that.
well, we'll see.
High hopes for your...
We do have high
Okay,
hopes.
thanks, Mel.
Okay.
No pressure.
Tasting the dish and then replicating it. It was really hard today as well because yesterday they were very forthcoming with advice and tips, but we were kind of thrown out there, you know. I just couldn't get my head around any of it. Obviously this is seaweed, but it doesn't ever say seaweed, but I know there's seaweed in the dish. I'm presuming this is nori. I'm hoping then this is wakame, but I've no idea how much to put in. Do I put everything in?
You might as well talk to that wall because you'll get
Fair enough, it was worth a try.
Right, so realistically, look at the dish.
Right.
Where do you see each element of...
Okay, so yes, I see this on the top. This would be the garnish. Got it, okay.
Enjoy it.
Cooking Robin's dish was a massive, massive challenge. I've never done anything like it in my life. The level of cooking that I'd be at, I would have never imagined so many ingredients went into just this one small thing.
That needs to be reduced all the way down.
Yeah, thanks.
Andy, you're doing very well, yeah?
Am I?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Robin's dish, you know, to try and break it down to what's in the garnish, what's in the sauce, what's in the reduction. You know, your head starts to frazzle a bit. What's wakame and nori?
Okay, so what stage of the recipe are you at now?
I blended what I think is the nori powder into my shaker.
Let's see.
I'm not going to look at your reaction.
That might be a good thing.
No.
Guess again.
Really?
Yep.
Right. Okay. Guess again. Start again.
Robin, first impressions?
They're taking it very seriously. The heads are down. It's like they're doing an exam, which it is like an exam. Mundy's just gone straight in like a bull. He didn't realise there's a recipe.
He blanched the dill without even realising to blanch the dill.
I don't know where he's got that from. I don't know how he even thought to do that. I'm really impressed by that. Nadia, our main advice for her yesterday was to slow down, be calm, collected and concentrated, and she's just flipping out. Simon is working with courgettes now.
He's what?
He doesn't know the difference between a courgette and a cucumber.
He's putting courgettes into your dish?
Yes, so he's been thrown by the ingredients list already.
Who's leading the task so far?
It's between Samantha and Sonia, to be quite honest. Sonia, she's the one that picked out nearly every single ingredient on the plate. She's on the road ahead of anyone else.
Well, the blender and me had a bit of a love-hate relationship. I had about 4 attempts at the herb oil, so I had to wash and clean that blender 8 times, which is a great crack, sticking your hands into something that has blades at the bottom of it, trying to dry it, because it has to be bone dry.
And taste that guy.
Yeah? Looks like I'm starting again then, Chef. Take 25. Oh, well. Oh, really well.
We have 15 minutes left.
The 5 celebrity cooks are nearing the end of the pressure test. They are recreating Robin's dish using only a basic method, which doesn't tell them all the ingredients or quantities needed.
What do you think? Have you tasted?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like it?
Yeah, do you like it?
Okay, so this is your
This
sauce.
is my, yes, so I've strained it.
Yep.
I've added my dairy, I've just tasted it. And I've just put a little bit of salt in there and a little squeeze of lemon juice in there.
All right. Once you're happy with that, then... What's this one?
This is my pickle that I'm somewhat happy with, so yeah.
5 minutes, guys.
Wow.
My 4 boys would love that for Christmas.
Well, take it home. Take it home.
Look at Daddy brought.
I am so flippin' nervous, I can't even explain.
30 seconds left.
Right, that's it. Time's up.
That's it.
Take a deep breath. Well done, everybody. So, Robin, your 5 dishes are in front of us. What are you thinking?
Very pleased that everybody made it to the pass. Everybody got through it. It's now whether they got the right ingredients in the right way. So it was seared scallops with nori, wakame, yogurt, wasabi, dill, sorrel, and cucumber. So they were all the elements that we used today. Basically, the majority of you got 95% of the ingredients, so bloody well done.
So, should we start with Monday?
Yeah.
There you go. Yesterday, I was meant to know what I was doing, so the pressure is full on, you know? But today, I know why I entered it, you know what I mean? That's what I wanted to know about. To do that once is the reason, you know, I walked in here. I don't care if I get ditched now. I'm really happy that I've learned what I've learned.
The scallops have been prepared really well.
Okay.
The yoghurt, it's got a really nice flavour. And all the elements that I can see are on the plate. So, good job.
Thank you.
I don't know how you did it because I saw so many different things going on over there and all of a sudden it's all on the plate.
Yeah, I forgot that there was a menu, so I was, I'd start doing the kind of the green oil kind of first and blanching it.
We were both standing over there going to ourselves, you know, how did he pull that one out of the bag?
Well, I've seen it. I've seen herb oil being made before on the telly.
Yeah. Good.
It's amazing what happens on the telly.
Especially this.
Well done.
Well done.
Thank you, thank you.
Samantha. You happy with it?
I'm just relieved. I've never made anything like this before in my life, so. This dish, it's not something I ever eat normally, so it wasn't a combination of flavors that I would even put together. I don't know how he thinks to even put all of that together. It's mad. It's when it's your turn to step forward and present your work, you know. But yeah, it's nerve-wracking. And it's hard because at the beginning they don't give anything away, so you don't know, are they gonna spit it out? Is it good? You just don't know what to expect.
You did a bloody good job there. It was such a pleasure to watch you work. You were clean, you were organised. You're not as familiar with some of the ingredients and some of the herbs, but you still managed to smash it.
Thank you.
I think the scallops are beautifully prepared. I think your understanding of the ingredients is really good. So far, that's probably the closest to Robin's dish. So well done. Sorry, Monday.
You happy with it?
Yeah, I mean, I've never made anything this complicated before, so I mean, of course, there's things that I wish I had done a little bit better. Like, I feel like the scallops are a bit undercooked, but in general...
The yoghurt, I don't know how you managed to achieve that, but it's got the heat of the wasabi that Robin's had. The scallops are a little bit undercooked. I am sort of scratching my head at how you managed to achieve that because I was watching and things were going wrong.
But the flavour from the yoghurt is really, really nice. A little bit out of proportion, there's a bit too much of it on the plate, but the flavour is really, really nice. So there's elements of greatness there, but just a few mistakes, and I think it's down to your little bit of panic.
But well done.
Sonia.
I brought you a couple of things.
Jesus.
in case you need to do a bit of extra seasoning.
Are you pleased with it?
I'm happy with all the pieces I did, but I'm not sure I got enough of everything on the plate. I just tried to replicate Robin's dish, and I think the plating up was definitely very challenging for me. I think I'm not very artistic. You know, you're kind of in two minds, you know. You're thinking you want to have it look exactly the same, sometimes forgetting that it needs to taste exactly the same as well. And there's a bit of lemon here as well if you wanted to put it on, and this is the nori powder to decorate around the edges.
The way you work is really impressive. You're very uniformed in the way you look at your recipe. The yoghurt, for me, is too liquid. It hasn't got enough wasabi in it, but it's lacking the reduction that gives it that lift. But apart from that, I think it's very nice.
I agree with Daniel. You worked very methodically and you were well ahead of the game and you ticked off the boxes as you went and very, very, very organised. When it's actually come to the ingredients on the plate, it's a little bit out of proportion. So the yoghurt, there's a hell of a lot of it on the plate and there should be a lot more. I'm struggling to try and find the wasabi and the reduction in there. But well accomplished, you're well on time. Credit to you, it's really, really nice.
Well done.
Thanks.
Well done.
Simon, can we taste your dish?
We thought yesterday was intense. That was intenser. That was different gravy because it's Robin's dish. But you're presenting it to the man who's designed the dish and cooked it.
Before you go in,
And of course, when I present mine, he takes out his phone, and I thought, he's ringing health and safety or something. He doesn't want to taste the scallops.
so that was the one we did,
That's your one, right?
and that's that one. That looks absolutely stunning. It's not exactly that, but so far the presentation is phenomenal. It's an improvement.
He said it was very close to the original presentation, which was a fluke, really. And I used cream in the dairy.
Cream?
But I think that's just my sweet tooth.
So you didn't use yoghurt?
No.
Okay, so there's been a few changes then. Did you put mint in there as well?
Not to my knowledge, I didn't, no.
You probably did.
I might have done, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, it's very tasty.
Right, but...
It's not my dish. And the scallops are cooked beautifully.
Okay.
There's too much vinegar coming from somewhere. It's kind of overpowering and it's starting to split the cream. And it should have been yogurt. But the flavours and the plate of food you presented to me is absolutely stunning. It's really, really delicious.
It's a tasty plate of food, well done.
Thank you.
Well, we've got some decisions to make now. If you could give us some space, and we're going to have some time thinking about this, and we'll call you back when we're ready. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
It was a very big challenge today. I definitely would never have cooked anything like that before. It's one of those things, as soon as you step away from the plate, when the time is up, you see everything that you want to change and do differently. You know, if they said, OK, you got 5 more minutes to go back and do it, then I'm sure I could have made it a lot better.
There were mistakes on the plate. He asked me if I used mint. I still don't know. And of course, I used cream in the dairy sauce. Riaz used yogurt, so technically I had the wrong ingredient. But, you know, with a smile on his face, he'd say, said it worked.
So it was your palate test. It's very clear that there's some people that don't understand all the ingredients that went into the dish. Let's start with Simon.
Simon was almost a bit like a car crash. He's the only one that picked cream over the yogurt. But he soldiered on. He almost did every single process 2 or 3 times all the way, so he really fought to get a plate of food on the pass.
Did you enjoy his plate of food?
Yes, I did.
Was it your plate of food?
No, it wasn't. But it was certainly not the worst tasting dish that came up today. It looked beautiful. It really did.
So, Sonia.
Yep.
The way she works is very mechanical.
Yeah.
As soon as she started to dress the plate, her nerves kicked in and she forgot things from the plate.
I was sure the plate of food I was going to taste was going to knock me out. When I actually tasted what came up on the pass, I suddenly noticed there was a hell of a lot of yogurt on the plate, and it wasn't right.
Nadia.
Rabbit in the headlights yesterday. Today, there was a little bit of a panic there. Her scallops were just barely cooked. They were probably the worst cooking. But then when you actually taste the dish...
Her yogurt, for me, was the best.
Yeah, the yogurt was fantastic.
But is she strong enough to go through this competition?
I don't know.
Samantha.
10 out of 10.
She's attacking every single task we put in front of her.
She looks like she's been working in a professional kitchen for at least a year.
She's employable in my eyes.
Yeah, 100%. So Monday.
He's like a box of fireworks. He's down there. He didn't even read the recipe today. But he's got an understanding of products. I don't know where from. Every time I go over there, he's like confused. But then he puts a plate of food onto the pass. And it tasted exactly how it should have done.
Yep.
This has been a really tough decision to make. And in my eyes, it's out of 3 people that we need to make a decision to send home.
Yep.
It's going to be a tough one tonight, Chef. Today's been a really, really tough day. I think everyone's tried their best. I think you've made it very difficult for us to make a decision. My feedback for all of you today is you all need to read the recipe, because every single recipe you're going to get given is going to go in an order that you should follow. We're here to help you, but we're also here to judge you.
Based on the 2 dishes that we've tasted over both days, the person that is going to be going home tonight is...
It's you, Sonia. I'm really, really sorry. I think, to be honest with you, it's that last-minute touches that's just let you down. But it's been a real pleasure to cook with you. It's been a real pleasure to watch you in the kitchen. It's been a really tough decision. I'm really sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry.
Well, I think, you know, it was just so close, and it just came down to the fine details, but someone had to go. So, of course, you cannot be but upset, sad to leave the kitchen. It was a great experience, really enjoyed my time here, and yeah, I'll perfect that scallop dish.
Today is mystery box time.
Monday he's lost the plot.
Sacred Heart of Divine Jesus Christ above.
I don't know, I actually quite like it.
It's really, really not good enough.
I don't know how you do this. I don't know how you do this for a living.